Is whale watching in Sri Lanka a scam? Whale watching in Mirissa, a beach town of Sri Lanka's southern shores, has become a pretty popular tourist activity lately. People from all over the world like me come here to see majestic creatures in their natural habitat. But like any popular tourist activity, I'm sure you're wondering if it's worth your time and money. I mean, isn't that why you clicked on this video? So, it's a genuine experience or just a scam? I'll let you be the judge of that with my experience. For those of you are new here, I'm on a 9-day trip to Sri Lanka with my mom and dad. And my mom really wanted to do this whale experience.
My mom's really excited about this experience and that's why we're doing it. Are you excited about whale watching?
Yeah.
So, I looked up TripAdvisor and came across Whale Watching by 𝐀𝐫𝐯𝐢𝐧. It had almost perfect ratings with thousands of reviews.
So you can see there are other whale watching tours as well, but this one's super highly rated because they have really good experience in getting sightings of whales. And in fact, if you don't, there's 99.9% chance that you're going to be able to see a whale. And if you don't, then you get your money back, or you can come back another day as well.
But it was charging us $65 per person. So what did I do? I looked them up on Google and contacted them directly, and they offered me a hefty discount. However, here's a tip for you. Whenever you're negotiating, you can just ask, is this the best you can do? To whatever the offer price is, and I guarantee you, you'll always get a price lower. And yes, it works in every country. Trust me, I would know. So I was able to negotiate the price down to $40 per person, and without any second thought, booked the tour for all three of us. And truth be told, my experience was quite frankly disappointing.
Hey guys, so far no whales. It's we're just going deeper and deeper towards Australia, but no whales so far.
We woke up early at 5 a.m.
We have our main experience for today, which is whale watching and dolphin watching.
We were expected to reach their office by 6, from where we would be picked up and dropped off at the harbor. But since we had hired our own driver, we drove to their office.
That is our beautiful car, and Tush, as always, very responsible. He's on time. We are ready to go, and we have about 7 minutes to go before we have to get there, and the ride is 6 minutes. So it's not too far. It's about 1 kilometer or 2. Let's get started and let's hunt down some whales. Not physically hunt, but just get some nice pictures of them. And of course, they follow all the protocols for conservation and from the Sri Lanka department. So you can't really go too close. We're making sure that the whales are not bothered by our actions of wanting to explore them. So let's get started. So this is the place where we come at 6 o'clock, whale watching 𝐀𝐫𝐯𝐢𝐧. So they said that they're gonna come and pick us up. Let's see if that's the van. Hello. No.
No one was there. I dialed them, and within minutes, a guy from the company met with us, and we followed him to the harbor. Gotta give it to them. Their customer service was top-notch.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, I'm Prashant.
Nice to meet you.
There was still an hour before the boat took off, so I just flew my drone until then.
Alright guys, that was a lot of fun flying the drone and getting some shots. Now let's go check out the boat. So this is gonna be a good spot for me to get some nice sightings of this amazing creature, the whale. Alright guys, we are sailing.
And yeah, I almost forgot. Did you know they let our driver book a seat too for just $4? You've got to be kidding me. Why did I have to pay these extra bucks? Anyways, the boat finally took off and the views were simply majestic. They gave us a chicken sandwich and they had a veg option as well for vegetarians like my mom. We sailed for about 1.5 hours to reach the location where whales were spotted.
Hi guys, so we have found a spot and looks like there's some information about some whales that are hovering around here.
Surprisingly, we didn't even see any dolphins so much as whales, even though November to April is supposed to be the best time for this activity.
I'm starting to feel a little bit sick, but I'll focus. I'll control my mind and focus on the horizon so nothing bad happens. We are a bit tired as well.
The only thrill I got out of this whole experience was when I flew my drone and somehow I managed to fly it back without crashing into the ocean.
It's always scary to just have $1,000 just flying around and hoping that it comes back. I've already lost a few drones in the ocean, so hopefully this one's gonna be okay.
But the staff there went out of their way to help me out to fly my drone. They were all really helpful and friendly, and I could definitely see why they had such good ratings. But it was a 4-hour experience, and I was getting a splitting headache and seasickness. When we came back, all I could think of was how this experience takes so much of your time with little to no reward.
It took us almost 4.5 hours. My recommendation on whether or not you should do this, well, it just really depends because it's a lot of time investment. So I'm not really sure.
I'm aware that the ocean isn't a zoo that whales can just appear on cue when the sailors want them to. There's only a 50-50 chance to see the whales, and I was given the short end of the stick. Overall, it's a gamble. However, it's important to note that lack of whale sightings on the tour does not make it a scam. Nature is nature, and nature is unpredictable. Whale watching companies cannot guarantee that you'll see the whales on your tour, but they do their best to increase your chances. They have experienced sailors who know the best locations to spot whales, and they used advanced technology to detect their presence. They even coordinate with other boats and pinpoint the location of the whales. The fact is, I didn't see any whales doesn't mean that the company we booked the tour with was trying to scam us. In fact, they deserve the best ratings possible because of how helpful and friendly they were to me and everyone else, and how they tried their best to make sure that we see the whales. But let's be real here. The whole concept of whale watching is a bit of a scam. Think about it. You're paying a hefty sum of money to sit on a boat for hours, hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature that may or may not show up. It's like playing the lottery, but instead of winning money, you get to see a whale. And let's not forget about the seasickness, the sunburn, and the possibility of getting drenched with a rogue wave. Is it really worth it? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that whale watching is a complete waste of time and money. If you're lucky enough to see a whale, it's truly a magical experience that you'll never forget. But the reality is that the chances of seeing a whale are slim, and the whole experience can be quite underwhelming. It's like going to a concert and only hearing one song. Sure, it's a great song, but was it worth the price of admission? In conclusion, whale watching in Mirissa is not a scam, but it's not exactly a sure thing either. It's a gamble, and you have to be prepared for the possibility of not seeing any whales. But hey, life is all about taking risks, right? So if you're feeling lucky, go ahead and book a whale watching tour. Whale watching Chaminda were absolutely wonderful, and I would definitely recommend you to try this experience out for yourself. Who knows, you might just get to see a whale doing a backflip or something. And if not, at least you'll have a funny story to tell. Meanwhile, I'm heading to both Yala and Udavalave National Park to witness the majestic elephants and leopards. Make sure to tune in. Until then, goodbye.